Hey fam, I know it's been a minute again. I know it's been a few weeks. I've not procrastinated. I've been wanting to do a video, but I've been really trying to just get my life in line in the new direction. Um, if you've been watching my videos, you'll understand that in the beginning I was dealing with about a depression. But what brought me to where I am now is actually talking it out with you guys, and just because I had already had this understanding that when I face depression, and I truly believe that depression is a symptom of the need for change. And so I was like, okay, well, what in my life am I wanting to change? And a lot of it had to do with the physical location of where I live right now. I kind of live in a very damp, gloomy area, Pacific Northwest. So it's not always the best, and getting through winter is really difficult. And so it was starting to get to me early. But there was more to it. I was like, there's more to this. It's not just about finding somewhere else to live. There's something that I need to do. And what was it? And then just one day, I just got this rush, and I was just so excited to talk to people about it because I knew exactly what I needed to do. And I couldn't believe the words that were coming out of my mouth. I said, I'm going back to school. And people would ask me, well, what are you going to school for? And I said, neuroscience. And they're like, whoa, that's hefty. That's really cool. And I was trying to figure out the exact direction, the exact path I had to go, because I was interested in learning how to study the effects on the brain of music. And so it's actually neuropsychology of music and sound. I want to study sound as well, because sound vibrations is really cool stuff. And so putting those two together is really exciting, but I never thought I would delve into science. I love science, but I never thought I would delve into science myself because of my issue with math. And I'm sure if you're watching this, you may feel the same way, that you're just like, oh, me and math, no. Or again, you may say, oh my God, I love math, or I get math. Good for you. But this is why I wanted to share this video, because of an accomplishment, and it's kind of a testimony to say, you know what, you can do something if you put your mind to it. So you should not be underestimating yourself at all. So, so these past few weeks, I've just been kind of working overtime, just trying to get ahead on bills so that once I start school, you know, I'm not going to be working so much. But I had to get my classes organized, and I had to go take a math placement test. Ugh. At least there's not a huge stress with a math placement test. It's just figuring out where you fall in your education of math and what class you have to take. So, and the placement test itself only consists of 20 questions, and it's untimed. So it's really not a lot of pressure. I think my first initial thought is like, I'm going to score so low, and I'm going to have to start at the bottom, and it's going to look stupid. That was my first initial thought. But I was like, you know what? This is something I want. Like, I'm so excited for this new journey that I have to be okay with math. I have to accept it as part of my education and a part of my career, because it's going to be a big part of my career now. So I have to take a lot of math. So I kind of have to buck up, right? So in walking into this placement test, I just walk in and I'm just like, I got this. I'm going to do this. And I took my time. I didn't take forever, but I took my time, and I reread the questions and reread the questions and dissected them and wrote the numbers down. And the nice thing also is that they're multiple choice. That helps a little bit. But I was able to sit there and just like, at first they're so confusing to understand, especially when they toss in very strange worded questions. But I finally was like, okay, oh, I think I get it. And I would probably say 99% of the questions, I was not 100% sure of what I was guessing. But I was like, that makes sense. That answer makes the most sense. And so I was like, okay, I got to leave this in confidence and, you know, choose the answers that seem like the most sense to me, even if I wasn't quite sure what I was doing. And then when I was finished, I had to go into the room, and the proctor had to print out my score and tell me what class I qualify for. And she hands me the paper, and then she goes, yeah, you qualify for Math 90, which is algebra. And I was actually shocked because I really thought that I was going to be pushed to like pre-algebra at least. But I was actually bumped up 2 classes higher than I really expected to score. And they told you a score on that placement test. And so I came home and looked up that certain placement test scoring range, and I scored in the middle. In the middle. I was like, wow, like I can't believe I just did that. And it was just all about how I changed my mindset about it, how I took my time, how I didn't allow myself to get anxious. And, you know, the fact that the end goal is huge to me. Like, I want this really bad. I want to become a neuroscientist. I really, really want this. And I'm so excited for my new journey that I will find a way to enjoy math. You know, I have to. And so that day I was floating on cloud 9 I'm still floating on cloud 9 with it. So that just means that I don't have to take as many math classes as I thought, even though I still have a lot of math ahead of me. And I have to keep reminding myself that I can do this. I can do this. I can achieve this. You know, I would look at students as I'm walking around on campus, and I look at them and I'm like, you had to go through math. You had to go through math. You had to go through math. So why can't I? Like, it's possible, and I can make it possible. So, but I was smart, and I made sure that I tried to find the best teacher because that's important. So I looked up reviews and went with the best teacher, even though it's going to be bright and early in the morning. It's worth it if I'm going to have a good teacher. So, but the whole point of this story is, don't underestimate yourself. Like, you can achieve amazing things if you are driven to do it, and you will do whatever you have to do to get there, and you will actually shock yourself, and it feels so good to have that rush of accomplishment. So just imagine that feeling. Like, if you want to experience that feeling and you want to experience it over and over again, then don't underestimate yourself, because you are amazing. I'm amazing. So keep that in mind. I love you guys, and I will chat with you very soon. Okay?